Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to Paper Terrace. If you're new, I'm Jessica. Today we are going to have a crafting session together, and we're going to do part 2 for this bohemian journal that we made together. And I am thinking that I want to turn this into more of a folio. So yeah, I don't have exact plans just like always, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I wanted to take a second envelope, and by the way, if you missed part 1, I'll have it linked below. I'm gonna take another envelope like this that's the same height, and I kind of started playing around with this. I folded it almost in half, and then the flap I folded back so that this is just a little bit less wide than here. So what I was thinking is that we'll attach this on here somehow, and then this part will fold out too, and maybe have like different like folders and pockets and things like that. So let's just get started, because that's usually the easiest way to go about these projects for me. And I have a paper pad that I just happened to take out of my stash. This one right here. And we'll cover all of this up and make it pretty in the end. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to use double-sided tape. I just need to use this up. So instead of gluing this all the way down, I was thinking that we could just turn it into a pocket. So let's do that. I will go like this. And I'm just going to make it a side pocket. And how are you guys doing today? I have so many Christmas projects I want to do, and I'm just like afraid I'm not going to have time to do them all. So I think I need to write a list. I really wanted to do a small Christmas collection of journals for you guys, but there's no way I would have them done in time. So I might focus more on the projects that I wanted to do, like more for personal and just sharing with you guys. But I haven't decided yet. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead. Whoops. There you go. Okay. And so we'll just put this down. Whoops, forgot this little piece right here. It's Saturday today, and my daughter is watching Frozen. She was going to be hanging out with her dad today, but he's sick. So I kind of had to, and I had planned to work today. So I figured, well, she wants to watch a movie, so I'll just let her watch that, and I could get my work done. But we are going to do something later. In fact, I think we're going to go to Target and shop around. I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking this is already a pocket, although I folded it. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm just citing here. This is a sticky thing right here, so I was thinking maybe I could add some kind of a panel here. Yeah, let's just grab some of this scrap paper, even though, yeah, I'll just go for this because that's what I have available. And I think I will stick to like the silvers and golds for this. So I am going to just measure the height and the width. In fact, I think I'll just, here, we'll just go like this. I know I want it to be this tall, and so this is going to be a small, like little panel, I guess we'll call it, and maybe I'll turn it into a folder or something. I'm not exactly sure, but let's just start, or let's just kind of finish up the base first, and then we can figure out the rest. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so since this already has sticky tape, we'll just take that off, but I think I'll add a little bit of glue because it's probably, I could add double-sided tape since it's right there, but okay. Oh, you're not gonna work, are you? Okay, then we'll just go back to the original plan. that, like that, and then we'll just stick this on. Try to line it up just right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking about this little panel being folded here, but it's okay. I think now Arla's, she hears me talking, I think. I don't love the way that this little thing, oh, you know, actually, wait, duh. So I could cover this and then this can just be like a side pocket, actually. Duh. Oh, okay, this can be a side pocket, but then maybe we'll cut a slit and have it be like a top loading pocket too. That might work. Okay. I'm gonna cut a piece of this paper off, just like the border side, and I think I'm gonna use this to kind of cover up that little side pocket so it's prettier. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to think how this will work. Yeah, I think if I just, hopefully this glue will work now. Oh, come on. You know when you leave the cap off your glue? Yeah, I do that all the time. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this little flap right here. And then we'll just cover it with our pretty paper. And that will also kind of reinforce this as well. And I could add ink, but I think I'm gonna have this just be plain. We can always ink up everything at the end if we want. Okay, there we go. And then we have our little side pocket here. So side pocket, and then if you take the item out, like, okay, let me just show you. And then if you take this out, you can also flip that over. So maybe we should just start by covering everything and adding like our pockets in it, all of that. So I'm gonna grab some more paper. And I think what I'll do is I'm gonna trim down paper off camera because it's kind of boring, but we'll make the pockets and interactive pieces together. Okay, so I have this trimmed down, so we can flip this over, and I think we'll just glue that straight down. And I'll just add enough glue around the edges. And this is one of those projects that, I mean, you can customize this to be exactly what you want, and it will be so easy to kind of change up what I'm doing, and if you're stuck, you can just kind of do the same thing as I'm doing, but you know, it will still be decorated differently. So for the back, since this is pretty slender, I was thinking I will take a library card pocket, maybe, and I have a little glassine envelope like that. I have this page from the Christmas paper pad, and I could cut some things out to decorate these, but we could also decorate at the end. So let's try to do that. Let's try to stay on task here. So we'll put the pockets on, but so I'll put this one at top. And then this one, I'm gonna use some double-sided tape here. I find double-sided tape to kind of be the easiest thing to work with when I'm using vellum or this kind of paper. Uh-oh, I think my daughter's movie is over. All right. There we go. Okay, fun. Now we could just keep going on this side. So we have this little piece back here. So let's just start by cutting. I'll cut down a panel to fit this as well. So everything's cut down. Okay, so let's see here. So we need to cover this one. I think this was the one. So for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. It would be fun to sew pockets and everything on here, but I don't want everything to already have a pocket either. I'm not sure what I'm using this for, but I don't know if this will be my Christmas journal or not, but I don't want it to have too much going on, but okay. Okay, and then we'll flip it this way, and we need to cover these two. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to trim the top of this somehow, if that makes sense. So since this was a pocket, or since this was an envelope, you know, there would be a pocket in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to do my best so it's not too crooked. Yeah, I didn't do that very good, but that's okay. Okay. It will mostly be covered. Okay, we're gonna glue this one down. Just like this. And you want to make sure, oh yeah, we should make sure that this isn't too wide, because then we won't be able to fold this in. And I might have actually done that a little too wide. Okay, so we have that one on. Now this one. Just put the glue all over. I probably could have made this another pocket, but the thing is, when we start having too many pockets, it's gonna get a little crowded in here. So we'll just go like that. And then I cut a little piece for this side as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of slide that under the flap. I'll worry about covering up the flap a little later, but I mostly just wanted to make this side pretty as well. Okay, now we have mostly everything covered. So for this one, I was thinking of adding kind of like a tall pocket, and I just so happen to have these right here that might fit perfectly. Little journaling cards, but these make it so easy if you want to create pockets. Okay, so maybe we can add like some lace at the top here. Okay, I just grabbed some of the lace out of the box that had all of the bohemian fabrics in, and I think this white one will look great. We'll just trim it down a bit. And I could sew it on. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and just sew around the edges. Okay, so I sewed that on, and I feel like the stitching really adds to the final result on that one. And so I'm just going to go ahead and add glue around the edges of this, just like I normally do. I need more glue, but I know there's enough in here, so we're just gonna go around the 3 edges, and we'll have a top loading pocket. Okay, we'll just place it down like that. So now we have a pocket, but this is also a side pocket. And I'm trying to make sure that the glue isn't gonna close anything off. All right. I also made this quick little tag just out of scrapbook paper, and I sewed around the edges to put in here, but we need to let this dry before I can do that. But that will go in there just so I can take it out and do easy journaling. And then again, we have the side pocket as well, you know, to put some things in there. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead. We also, okay, we got the back done. We have this side. What should we do here? We could make a really quick, simple little envelope flippy journal kind of thing, and then just put it in the middle, because it would be a good spot to have just some photos. For now, we'll just put this in there. Yeah, let's do that. And then it's easy enough to cover these with paper as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take my envelopes. I have a tutorial on how to do this on a different video. I can try to find it, but I'm just gonna do it simple real quick. Okay, so I don't even remember how to do it. So I'm gonna fold the flap backwards, and I'm just gonna stick it in this one. Like that, and then this one will go in here, and I'll take the sticky pieces off. I just want to check and make sure that everything fits first. Okay, just, yeah, you want to make sure everything's like lined up, and then you can just take that first flap and wrap it all the way around, and then it's just a quick, simple little booklet, perfect size for photos. And it has a pocket, and it has pockets too. Okay, so I went ahead and just put the booklet all the way together, but now I'm gonna go ahead and cover all of the blank pages just with scrapbook paper. You could do something way more intense with this and, you know, make pockets in it and all of that, but we're gonna just keep it plain because I think it'll be just a great spot just to have photos, and it's quick and easy just to add a picture on here. Okay, and just remember that on the sides there is a pocket from that envelope. So I'll make sure not to glue that shut. Okay. And actually I'll use a circle punch. I'll show you. Just to make it obvious that there is a side pocket here. Just kind of like that. And then it just kind of alerts you more that there's a little side pocket there. And I did sew this together, so it needs to be reinforced a little bit, but not too much. Okay. And last one. I don't know why I said last one. We got this one too. Then last one. Okay. Same thing. I'll just cut out a little half circle. Place that down. Then we can go ahead and glue this entire thing down. Since I'm running out of glue, we'll just add a little bit, but then also add some double-sided tape just to make sure that this really sticks down, because this will be a pretty dimensional thing in here. So you want to make sure that you have got it down really good. Okay. I'm obviously not doing the best job here, but I'm not too concerned. Okay. Anyone else love peeling the backing off of double-sided tape? It's so satisfying, although I accidentally messed this one up because I thought I would talk about it, and then it was like, we want to mess you up. This double-sided tape I'm using is so good. It's as it's not working, but normally, there we go. It's so good. I got it from Amazon, of course. Okay, so let me make sure I have it right side up. Yep. We'll just place this in the middle. Love it. Okay. There we go. So we've got that done. We have our little booklet there. And then what we have left is these pieces right here. So for this page, I'm just going to do a simple pocket, and I actually took scrapbook paper, 2 pieces, same size, and I sewed around the edges. And then I just sewed on some really pretty sheer fabric that was, again, from the box. And this time we'll just use double-sided tape. And we can go ahead and cover the entire back. So we'll have a pocket on that side, and then I almost think I want to keep this side blank or do something with vellum, like see-through. Because I want the opportunity to maybe like have a big picture here or something like that. So okay. So we'll just add that right there. I was almost thinking I have this other vellum envelope. I could. No, we'll skip that. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit more use out of these little cut-aparts. Do you guys use the cut-aparts? And if you do, how do you use them from scrapbook paper pads? I'm curious. Okay, so I think, so this already has the trees, and I just thought it would look kind of cute. I'm so tempted to use ink, but for some reason, I'm also thinking that I'm going to avoid it. Actually, maybe on this one I will, just so this one kind of stands out. And I'm just using whatever color was already on there, which was kind of like a brown. Okay, but I think it looks good because it's kind of like a natural. And I'm just going to add this on. Oh my goodness. I didn't think my glue was this much out. Try not to add too much glue, but I'm going to go around the 3 corners again, 3 edges, put it down near the bottom-ish, and then that will create yet another little pocket, perfect for like a little tag or something like that. Okay, so we just have the middle, which I think I'm just going to keep like that. Am I? Okay, so I think I'm going to go over to this side, and I want to cover the manila color on here. So I just cut a strip of paper, just straight, and we'll just need to make sure to punch the hole through the same spot. So actually what I'll do is I am going to try to use up the rest of the glue. I'm not too worried about what this looks like underneath the flap, but I want this part to be pretty, so I'm just kind of lift that up. Hopefully you can see this. Try to cover as much of the manila color as I can. And then I'll use the inner part as my guide for where that whole punch needs to go. And I'm just going to make sure that's really glued down there good. That doesn't want to fit in there very well. So when in doubt, use your crocodile. Is that not going to work too? Oh my gosh. I might just have to fake it. But that's okay. We can do that. That works. There we go. So then this will be our new flap. And that looks so much better to me. We can add ink to kind of cover up the manila on the side. Actually, we could also add some lace. So let's just leave that and we'll do that later. So I think the last thing that I want to do is add some elastic or something in the middle so that we can add a little mini journal that we can take out that will be easy to work with during December daily, or, you know, whatever kind of journaling is going to happen in here. So I want to do that simple, and I think we're just going to add like 2 holes and we'll add some elastic. But first I forgot that I wanted to add this little cut apart because I really liked it, and I was thinking of having it kind of be like a floating little pocket, but then also have maybe a layered embellishment. Yeah, we'll just do this together right now. Right here with a label so that I can maybe put like the date, or I don't know if I'm selling this journal, keeping it, but either way. I have this little coupon ice thing. So I think we will just kind of put something together, just a quick little layered embellishment. And in fact, I'm going to tear this just so it can have a little bit more texture. We have some fabric, snowflake type fabric, like that, I guess. And I'm just going to go take this to my sewing machine and kind of figure it out and sew across here. So I just came up with this right here, and see, it has a little side pocket. I'm just going to, I kind of just want it to be floating right there. And it has that on the back. Just add enough glue to let that go right there. There we go. And then I have this little cut apart that might fit in this little side pocket. I probably should have done that before I tried to glue it down, but I think that'll be fine. Okay, I'll just have that kind of peeking out. Yeah, I like it, I like it. Okay, make sure that this will glue down as straight as possible. Okay, I'll just put something heavy down on that, like so. So now what we're gonna do is finish off the center. And I just went ahead and did take some scrapbook paper out here and just made the quickest little like booklet kind of journal. And I'm just going to keep this completely blank so that you can totally work in this however you want. And it's just a little bit shorter than the height of the journal. We're going to take our crocodile and just put an eyelet at the bottom and top. I think we're just going to do it as simple as possible. I'm not going to really measure anything, but we'll just do it as close to the bottom as possible and kind of in the center. And I could totally fit two eyelets and then have like 2 rows of journals in here, but I think that would end up just being realistically too dimensional. Because once we start filling this thing out with all the pockets and things that it has, there's no way that you could really do that without it just getting to be too much. So I'm just gonna have the eyelets placed right here, like on the outside. Ooh, I wonder if I have like a gold. Let me see. Or maybe even bronze would look better. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Oops. So we'll do bronze. I am so excited that this is almost finished. I thought it was going to be a lot harder to figure out, like how I wanted to go about it, but once you get going, it's kind of easy. And then we'll just go ahead and set the eyelet. And I also can't find any elastic, but that's okay. You can use just binding, or you can just use like regular thread, floss, whatever you have. But I do think it's easier to work with elastic if you can. So I'm just going to take this and thread one through the top and one through the bottom, and then we'll flip it around and we'll figure out what length we need. I didn't really measure that. I just grabbed a piece that was like more than 3 times the height, just to make sure it was definitely long enough. Okay, I think we can put the tag in here now. There we go. This is looking so cute. And then what we want to do is take our journal, and I didn't even sew this together because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with it or what the recipient wants to do with it. And I think it'll be easier to be able to just take out, and then you can sew it together when you're all done. So we're just going to open it right in the center, take our string and just give it a nice tie. And this will, honestly, this is really what's going to sew it in. If you wanted, but you could also sew it when you're all finished, and I probably would. So you might want to do a bow here instead of a double knot like I just did if you're doing something similar, so that if you need to adjust, it'll just be easier. But realistically, you should be able to take it, and now you could slide it, you know, in and out. Instead of untying it, you'll just slide it in and out. I am so excited with how this has turned out. And at some point, I'll probably want some type of a closure. And I think I'll just actually use, yeah, like this green right here. I just happen to have. There we go. So we'll just, you know, tie that up. But let's take a little look and see the final folio. So over here, we have this little pocket. And we have the label for maybe you could put a year or something like that. And then this opens up. This, yeah, I mean, this isn't the prettiest. I was going to add lace and I think I forgot. And I might even add some paper on the inside. But that's okay. We can do that off camera. You have a pocket here. And then you've got your little journal that can come out. And then over here we have our pocket. We have a side pocket. Open this up. You've got a couple pockets here that also can be decorated. Your little journal there for photos, like a little photo album. And then you open it up and we have a pocket here. And we have a nice big space here. And then also, I think it was this one that, yes, it has a top loading pocket as well. So I hope you guys love it as much as I do. That was so much fun, and I hope that it inspired you to make something similar. And I can't wait to see you guys again, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys, have a good day.